We're now seeing major threats here in the US at multiple large corporations here as the Israel Hamas Gaza war continues. This comes here after we've seen tens of thousands of people here in large gatherings across the United States, especially here in Washington, D.C., after the disturbing one that happened at the White House with the uh, paint, the fake blood that happened at the White House. Take a look at this. This is still continuing to happen here right outside the White House almost every single day. Take a look at this.
Handprints, the on both sides of the gates here where you come in, still not removed. That picture taken just moments ago, you can see how much it was. And we were outside the White House gates when they were yelling, climbing the fence. Here's a little bit of what we saw. Take a look.
From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free.
Genocide Joe needs to halt his actions immediately and realize that he's going to face massive opposition from Democrat voters next election.
Is Biden a terrorist?
He is. His hands are red with blood. They're soaked in blood. The blood of the children, the innocent children of Palestine.
This is not Israel. This is Palestine. This is our ancestral homeland.
Do you support Israel to exist, or are you saying get rid of Israel altogether?
Get rid of it.
There is only one solution. There is only one solution. Anti-Father revolution.
Israel is terrorists. They kill the children. They bomb the hospital. They do a lot of things bad in Gaza.
You see Israel as terrorists?
Yes.
What's the flag? What's the message out here?
Well, queer liberation, Palestinian liberation, liberation for everybody.
And so, what about the LGBTQ rights not being respected in places like Gaza?
Well, people keep bringing that up. Maybe Hamas doesn't like queer people, but queer people like Palestinian people and would like them to be free.
Do you condemn Hamas, or do you support their efforts?
Do you condemn 75 years of occupation? That's the answer.
I am not going to condemn Hamas.
Should Israel exist?
There's no Israel. Israel is a fascist state. Yeah, and I'm anti-fascist.
You're going to breed Hamas when you continue to keep occupying the people. Hamas will be everywhere when you continue to keep occupying the people. That's it.
The U.S. points to Hamas in Gaza and say they're terrorists. Do you agree?
That's unacceptable.
Now, keep in mind, these are people already inside the United States who are basically ignoring the point that Hamas already attacked or initially attacked Israel first with 2,000 missiles on day one, innocent people at a music festival, and still continue to attack Israel to this day. And they now have Israel being attacked on three fronts: Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis from down below. Israel still is being attacked to this day on three different fronts. And you know, these are people that really don't truly understand the situation. They're calling for Israel to ceasefire, but Israel's being attacked on three different sides every single day. This is what the people don't understand. Now, don't get me wrong. I would like a ceasefire to happen if everybody stopped. But the problem here is that Hamas has already said from their leadership that they want October 7th to happen over and over and over again. They want this to continue. They want what happened the first day on October 7th. They want to do that over and over and over and over again. That would be like what happened in 9/11 or in Pearl Harbor. That would be like them, with ISIS or Japan, who initially did that. Obviously, Japan is different. They're actually an ally of the United States now. Germany is actually an ally of the United States now. How times have changed. It would be like them saying, oh no, we're not going to stop. We're going to continue to do that. When your enemy says that, how can you do a ceasefire? And when your enemy continues to attack you to this day, to this hour, how can you ceasefire when that is what they're saying to you? And they're still attacking you from 3 different fronts now. The other problem here is Russia has now entered the fray as well here. Russia sending advanced missiles to Hezbollah. Russia being a staunch ally of Iran, who backs Hezbollah, 100,000 troops. Russia's Wagner Group to send advanced missile systems to Hezbollah. This is the problem here, is that Iran and Russia are staunch allies. Iran has been supplying drones to Russia for some time. North Korea is supplying ammunition to Russia now as well. And now you have to kind of put all this stuff together here. How involved in Israel is Russia, Iran, and maybe even will North Korea be? In fact, take a listen to what Ukraine President Zelensky just had to say here. I think it was in the last 24 hours.
Дивіться, знаєте, я вам скажу відверто.
I have to be sincere. We are looking at this situation like as if something new.
А це абсолютно не нова.
It's not a new situation at all.
Це вогонь,
It's
я вам сказав, який
a fire that has been burning between Israel and Palestine. And some people are still throwing matches into this fire, and I'm sure that Russia was behind and sponsoring Hamas, and Iran too. That's who is to blame. When we talk about law, rules, where there are terrorists, there are no rules. Everything is beyond laws. Everybody is trying to save their own lives and fight against the enemy, using all the efforts, all the forces. First, in order to finish this war and sit down at the negotiation table, you have to finish. You have to exert pressure on Russia and Iran. You have to admit that these countries are behind these processes, and I would also add North Korea there. You saw how many North Korean munitions were found in Gaza. It's a fact, absolute fact, and it's difficult, of course. The main thing is that if terrorists are attacking, if terrorists attack, if they behead children, you have full right to defend people and defend your own country, state. But we have to understand, if we can open humanitarian corridors, take away prisoners of war, help people who are not involved there. The whole world should do this, and the whole world should do all they can to stop this war.
And remember, where did Hamas get the 2,000 missiles? Just for day one, over 10,000 missiles by Hamas alone have been fired at Israel now. Where did they get all that? Where did they get all those supplies? Many people think Russia. And now, if the US and NATO and many other countries have to help Israel, that's less help that goes to Ukraine and more of a possible win that goes to Vladimir Putin. Putin will do anything to win and take over Ukraine. So you guys can let me know your thoughts on that. And remember here that Russian propaganda is really one of the strongest things that have been going on here in the last 20 some months since that war has began. Pro-Russian propaganda and anti-Ukraine, anti-American propaganda. And now we're seeing anti-Israel propaganda. You literally can see it right now. I mean, look at what happened. Free Palestine, anti-Israel propaganda. Israel, who got attacked with 2,000 missiles at a music festival. All of a sudden, Israel's the bad guy. They're still being attacked on 3 fronts. Israel is now the bad guy. When they got attacked, people got literally taken from a music festival. Israel's the bad guy. They're still being attacked to this day. And Hamas is somehow the good guys? How does this make any sense? Hamas could stop attacking, Hezbollah could stop attacking, the Houthis could stop attacking Israel, and somehow Israel is being made out to be the bad guys. This is pro-Russian propaganda at its finest. This is what Russia has become very good at doing over these last 2 years. And a lot of people fall game to this. A lot of people fall into this trap. This is where Russia, and there's a lot of YouTube stations that do this well. They make Russia out to be the good guys, and now it's happening to Israel as well, where Israel is going to become the bad guys because they're attacking back after they've been attacked, and they're still being attacked to this day. But they'll push that in the background, and people won't hear that side of the story. Israel should stop attacking. Meanwhile, they're being attacked from 3 different fronts. And now we got this threat here in the U.S. Take a listen to this.
Right now, take a look. You're going to see all these contractors and see their logos up there because according to a government threat advisory, there's going to be a day of action and protest in front of all these buildings and these major companies. I'm talking about rallies. I'm talking about marches. I'm talking about sit-ins. I'm talking about propaganda actions and stuff. We don't know exactly what will happen. Employees are warned. If you find yourself in the middle of it, leave immediately. Here to react, Lieutenant General Keith Kellogg. And General, they're protesting for the Palestinians and for Hamas. What would you say to these people who are helping build up our defense base?
Yeah, Brian, thanks for having me. Look, they're going to be protesting from the headquarters. Fortunately, they're probably not going out to any of the factories that are out there. Well, look, our defense industrial base is critical to us. We've really cut it back. And Americans need to realize this is very, very important to us as we go into the future. And I'll just use one simple example. Look at the problems we've had on making 155 millimeter ammunition, howitzer ammunition that we send to Ukraine and build up our stocks. We've actually had to move ammunition from those stocks into Israel, much like we use those stocks moved from Israel into Ukraine. So all these defense and industrial-based companies are very critical to us. I wouldn't worry so much about the demonstrations, primarily because it's in front of the headquarters. It's not in front of the factories, which would really be a problem.
Right. And, General, any person who wants to be president has to understand the threats that are out there. And if they don't start expanding our military-industrial base that everyone thought wanted to take over the world, we're not going to be able to help our allies who will write checks and pay us for this in a for-profit business. I want to talk to something else. Now can we go to that map that shows how the danger in this region, because of these guys and because of what's happening in Lebanon and what's happening in Gaza, there's a huge danger to our troops, 45,000, but predominantly the most in danger in Syria as well as over in Iraq. They are being rocketed regularly, 45 injuries, a lot of it TBI, and we have not struck back except one time at a weapons depot. General, are you worried for our people and the families watching right now?
Oh, Brian, absolutely. Look, to use a phrase, we've really dodged a bullet on this simply because we haven't had any Americans killed in these attacks. You know, Jackie Heinrich last night, or in yesterday's press conference, asked about those attacks, and Kirby made the comment about 2 F-16s striking an arms depot. And look, why don't we see the gun tapes of that? Because it probably didn't hit anything but sand. We've got enormous capability in the Middle East. 2 carrier strike groups, an amphibious ready group, the Bataan. We've just had an Ohio-class guided missile submarine pass through the Suez Canal in the Red Sea. That carries 150 TLAMs. It's not the capacity, and it's not the capability of the military forces there. It's the will of the President of the United States. And I really believe that this president, it's in his DNA to be very, very cautious and very conservative. I've been in those meetings in the Situation Room. I've been in those meetings in the Oval Office. Those are hard decisions. I understand the risk. I get it. But you're going to have to make those hard decisions to respond against them, because every time these attacks occur against U.S. facilities and troops, it just emboldens them, because they say, well, look, they're not going to attack back. They need to come up with a plan and a process to do it and then execute. They've got the capability. They've got the capacity. They can create enormous destruction. And I haven't seen the signal that we've sent, except those two F-16s, that we've sent anything to the Iranians, which is a state-designated sponsor of terrorism. I just don't understand it.
One thing's for sure, with all these threats around us right now, we need to start acting a little bit more, or a lot bit more, like the United States of America. With all these countries against us and all these organizations against us, we need to be a lot more united, right? Let me know your thoughts here in the comments. If you haven't yet, don't forget to like and share these videos. Liking alone helps us out here a lot here on YouTube. It helps YouTube promote these videos so more people can hear this information. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so. New videos come out here every day at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Click here to see the massive new nuclear weapons that the United States is confirmed to be working on right now, or click here to watch my newest video next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.